Okay, in this lesson we are going to talk about unit rates, and this is the lesson you'd want to watch to help you with the retake of quiz RP3BD. And again, that is I can solve unit rates. Okay? So let's first talk about what rates are. So let's take the word rate and really talk about what it is. A rate is simply when you compare two different units. So for example, one rate that we see a lot of is speed. So I could say a speed of 90 miles per 2 hours. "90 miles per 2 hours" is a rate. You can see I'm comparing miles to hours. That's a rate that we call speed because we use that a lot. Like when we drive, we talk about speed. So 90 miles per 2 hours. This is a great opportunity to talk about the ways you can write a rate. You can write a rate out like a sentence, or you can also write a rate like this. 90 miles, fraction bar, 2 hours. So you can write a rate like a fraction. Rates can be written different ways. Okay? So 90 miles per 2 hours or 90 miles per 2 hours. Okay, that's a great opportunity to also talk about the word per. Per means for every. For every. So we could also say this as 90 miles for every 2 hours, which you'll remember from ratios. That's some ratio language. Okay. I'm going to focus here just a second. A little better. Okay, so rate compares two different units. Notice it's 90 miles per 2 hours. Again, per means for every. And then now let's talk about a unit rate. And that is slightly different. That's a special type of rate. A unit rate comparing a unit to one, and that's the key there, one other unit. One other unit. So for example, you might see at a gas station, gas is $2.99 per gallon. Okay, gas is $2.99 per gallon. So again, gas is $2.99 for every gallon. Okay, and we can also write that as a fraction over 1 gallon. Okay, the special thing is about a unit rate is it always compares to 1. That's the special thing about a unit rate. It always compares to 1. So instead of $2.99 for 10 gallons, it's always 1 gallon. Always compares to 1. So a lot of times what you're going to need to do is take a rate and make it into a unit rate. So for example, Mountain Dew was on sale for $10 per 4 packs. So Mountain Dew was on sale, $10 for 4 packs. Packs of 12, let's say. I don't know, 4 packs. So what I can do, one way I can do that is with a double number line. I can set up my double number line. And on the top will be money. Right? And on the bottom will be my Mountain Dew packs. Okay? So I know that I'm starting with $10 for 4 packs. Right? $10 for 4 packs. And I want to know, to make it a unit rate, how much 1 pack would cost. So I'm going from 4 packs to 1 pack. And the way that I can do that is by division. So a number divided, 4 divided by 4 equals 1 pack. I also need to do that to the top. $10 divided by 4, which if you did that in your calculator, you would find is $2.50. So I can see that it's $2.50 for 1 pack of Mountain Dew. I went from a rate over here, where I was comparing 2 different things, 2 different units. I was comparing money and Mountain Dew packs, to down here, a unit rate, where I was still comparing Mountain Dew and money, but I was comparing it to only 1 pack, which is special about it and makes it a unit rate. Okay? Now I'm going to turn my page over here, and I want to talk about something else that you might need to do, which is compare rates. Sometimes you'll be asked to compare rates. So for example, we have 2 stores. We have Grocery Mart and we have Baldwin Hills Market. And both stores are selling potatoes. We need to compare the prices of those. So at Grocery Mart, 5 pounds of potatoes cost $2.85. Seems very reasonable. And then at Baldwin Hills, 7 pounds of potatoes cost $4.20. This is where unit rates can become very handy. It's pretty hard for me to compare these two when I'm talking about 2 different amounts. 5 pounds of potatoes is $2.85, which is pretty cheap. You might go, well, that's cheaper than Baldwin Hills, which it is. But at Baldwin Hills, you get more potatoes for a little bit more money. So what is the better deal? So when we're doing a better deal type problem, we want to make a unit rate. So step 1 is find unit rates. That's how we want to compare. So I'm going to write Grocery Mart just as GM, and I'm going to write a rate. So, let's simplify this a little bit. Let's talk about step one. Let's just find a rate. Let's not skip right to the unit rate just yet. Let's say find a rate first. So Grocery Mart, it would be $2.85 for 5 pounds of potatoes. And that is a rate. I'm just comparing two different items. And then over here, let's just make a little chart here, split it down the center. This is Grocery Mart. This was Baldwin Hills Market, or BHM. And it was $4.20 for 7 pounds of potatoes. So again, these are just rates. Just written the rates in a fraction form. It's just easier to work. So now let's move into step two, is find a unit rate. So again, we have $2.85 for 5 pounds, and we're just going to put that on our double number line for 5 pounds of potatoes. And then down here at the second part of our number line, I know that to make a unit rate, I want to be comparing it to 1 pound. So I'm going to write 1 pound. And again, I'm going to look here and look at my 5 and know that to go from 5 pounds to 1 pound, I need to divide by 5. So divide by 5. And I will also need to do that to the top. So $2.85 divided by 5. $2.85 divided by 5 would be 57 cents if you put that in your calculator. And then that would give me a unit rate of 57 cents for 1 pound of potatoes at Grocery Mart. Now let's look at Baldwin Hills. We have $4.20 on our double number line for 7 pounds of potatoes. And again, I want to make a unit rate, so I know that in order to make a unit rate, I need to have a comparison to 1. So again, that's going to be 1 pound. To go from 7 pounds to 1 pound, mathematically, I look at that as a division problem. 7 divided by 7 would give me 1 pound. I need to do the same to the top. $4.20 divided by 7. If I put that in my calculator, I would find that that would be 60 cents. And my unit rate would be 60 cents for every 1 pound of potatoes. So then as we move along, we can now easily compare the two prices. 57 cents for 1 pound or 60 cents for 1 pound. You can clearly see that the better price is 57 cents for 1 pound. So the answer is that Grocery Mart is a better buy. Grocery Mart is a better buy. And you can compare these unit rates on any type of problem, whether it be speed or the amount of text people make. Any kind of problem you have, you can make it into a unit rate problem by knowing that you need to compare some unit to one other unit. And it's very easy to compare units that are 1. 1 pound compared to 1 pound is very easy to compare. Thank you.